Beautiful people, welcome in for yet another episode, which I believe this is 15 or 16 of the Homie Love Hour with me, your host, Joe Buck. Now, today's episode is a little bit impromptu. We're getting ready for a show, but in the meantime, we decided to sit down, set everything up, and do a little short episode. So today we have not only our guest for tonight's show, but also my co performer for tonight. We have Dr. Taylor.
I just want to say happy Sweet 16. Your car's in the driveway. MTV Sweet 16, what's up?
We're out here. Um, I like to start every episode by asking, how's your week going?
Oh, yeah, I guess it's Thursday. Yeah, I've kind of lost track of the days a little bit.
It is Thursday.
So, yeah, I guess like the past few days have been pretty good. It's been, so I'm like recently underemployed, I'm saying. It's the first time in my life I haven't been fully dusk to dawn working like crazy. Um, Yeah, and I thought that was gonna come to an end pretty soon, but didn't end up getting some full-time jobs I was applying for, and so I'm sort of, like, adjusting to the fact that this might sort of be how I'm living my life for the foreseeable future, which is really exciting, but also kinda, like, a little terrifying, like, I've never operated without such boundaries in my life, so it's great, but it's also yeah, it feels, like, very fluid
Yeah.
in a scary way.
I feel like not having those boundaries feels a lot like when you graduate to high school where you're just like, fuck, what do I do now?
Oh, see, I've never had that moment before.
Really?
Oh yeah, no. I've always known exactly what I was gonna do, uh, whether or not it was a good idea, or whether I truly wanted to do it. But I kind of got on a track, and then just was on that track for most of my life, and have just been slowly getting off that track. And now I'm in like a field where there's like train tracks with like overgrown weeds on it, and I'm like, I guess the train isn't coming anymore, and I have to figure out where I'm going myself.
If you want to push the mic back.
Yeah. And yes, I did get a train reference in pretty early. So
I love that. I told you I love trains. I love rocks. Uh, Makes for interesting conversation for me and only me. Big fan of them. But yeah, that's crazy. It's such a strange feeling being like I can do whatever I want. Usually, because for me, it just leads to being like I can do anything, so I don't do anything. Does that make sense?
hmm. Yeah, no. I feel that a little bit now where like somehow I had did everything I'm doing now while I also had a full-time job.
Hmm.
And now I'm like, oh, I don't have enough time to do like this consulting thing I have that's 10 hours a week. How do I not find 10 hours a week to do something? And I was consulting even when I had a full-time job. Like it's almost it's like very interesting how it's like a liquid. It will just take up the space that you're given and yeah, so it's like okay, how do I do something without like the external pressure of
Hmm.
like having to fit it into a very small amount of time, free time that I have. I now get to do all my hobbies as my main thing. And yet somehow I've never felt busier.
Yeah.
But I think that's also just because actually breathing
Yeah.
and moving at a normal human pace.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel so busy somehow.
Dude, I feel that. So over the winter, I was like selling my oats, in school, working a full time job, and doing stand up comedy, and also getting this off the ground. And now that the semester's over, I'm kind of like, how was I doing this before with more things on my plate? And sometimes it's kind of like you realize you're moving at such a manic pace where
Hmm.
you're like you don't have time to process the time that you don't have. And now every day, like I get home, walk the dog, do everything I need to do, and I'm like, holy shit, it's 9 o'clock. I need to shower, get ready for bed, and then start the day over again.
Yeah, and I think it's just like I need such clear outcomes for my productivity
Mm-hmm.
to know like it's like I don't know how to have fun. Like for me, fun is productivity,
Mm-hmm.
making something. And I think I'm kind of learning that relaxation that doesn't have a tangible output
Mm-hmm.
is like very important
Mm-hmm.
to do things that aren't just to make something new. And I now have the space to actually relax. And it just feels kind of weird. That being said, I also was like, oh, I've had the time to read 13 books. Like, so I'm still managing to like make my free time have like clear like outcomes that I can brag about because that's the only reason to do anything. But it's like yeah, it's like reading is
Yeah.
now super important to me. But it's yeah, that's why I'm not doing as much because I'm laying in bed and reading for 45 minutes every morning.
I think it's important. I started reading a book. Shout out my boy Pat Truer. Just dropped his second book. Uh, this one is called "Will I Hate Myself?"
I just finished it.
Yeah,
That was book 13.
hell yeah, yeah. I'm pretty pumped. I was like binging it before, but I kind of wanted to treat it like a really good show where I'm not just forcing my way through it and then I'm just like I don't retain any of it. So I've been reading it in smaller increments and then kind of processing it and talking to myself about what I'm reading. And
Mm.
I've found it to be so helpful, and it gave me a really good insight into not only who Pat is as a person, but also the journey, that he's been on. Because I feel like for so many people, I mean, you can attest to this as a comic, a lot of people don't see the struggle or the work that you're putting into it.
Hmm.
They see the clips, they see, you doing open mics, they see the photos, and then that's it. They don't see everything behind the curtain.
Yeah. Yeah. And I what I really liked in that book was just talking about the concept of like respect for this craft and the people who do it. Cause I think that's something that I kind of hear a lot of murmurings about now that I've been doing this a little bit longer and people who've been doing it for a while. And, yeah, it's just like insane the things that we do for a little bit of stage time and we're willing to do it. But also, why isn't it better compensated? Why isn't it, it's just, I think that that's really interesting, that concept of like showing respect through like compensation
Mhm.
for this craft that people spend a lot of time on, like working on. Yeah, so I really like that theme that he had throughout it, just because like you get what you pay for in a lot of situations, and
Mhm.
I think I've only been around for a little while, so I'm just, I'm still learning a lot. But I think sometimes you see, like, you get what you pay for, and I think that really people who put in the effort and show up and consistently do a good job, like they should be very well compensated for that, even if they're silly comedians.
How long have you been doing comedy now?
2 years just came up on 2 years.
Nice, congratulations.
Thank you.
I think July will make 3 for me.
Oh
Which
yeah, I thought you were way more veteran than me.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Like, do you remember your first paid gig?
Yes, absolutely. Because I didn't know I was getting paid. I drove 3 hours. So my first gig ever, I was living in Bend for like a month
Mhm.
and like such an amazing comedy scene. I rolled up to a mic. I happened to do really good. I chatted with someone who like my other friend in Boise had told me to look out for. They did a lot of stuff in the scene, introduced myself. And she was like, "Oh, do you want to come like do an open guest spot for this show?" And then so that I did that. That was unpaid, but I also like got to like do like 5 minutes for like somebody who travels the world doing comedy. And then she was like, "Oh, hey, last minute, any chance you're free like Friday night? All the comics for this show canceled because Soldier Boy's in town." And apparently, in Bend, the priority is going to the Soldier Boy show, driving 3 hours to do comedy. So I was like, hell yeah. So I drive the multiple hours, do the gig, and I got handed $60. And I was like, what is this for? It blew my mind. Now, like that was 3 months into comedy.
Mhm.
I had no oh, well, okay. I mean, it's like I feel like I put in a lot of effort. I have always really tried. Now it's like you have to have this like false sense of belief in yourself from day one. Otherwise, why would you keep showing up?
Mm,
I have like thought I was great at comedy since I started. That is obviously not true, but like and so like now I'm like, oh, I'm so much better now.
yeah.
Like, I mean, this feels a little weird to say right before doing a show, but like, I'm sure in like a year from now, I'm gonna look back and be like, my word, like you are so much better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like afterwards, we stayed in an Airbnb that night, and they were like, "So how long have you been doing comedy for?" And I was like, "3 months." She was like, "Do not tell anybody that. There's no way I would have booked you to come on any of these shows I've had you on. You did a good job, but yikes."
Yeah. Don't ever tell anybody.
Yeah, but also like I still get that now, like, oh, don't tell people you've only been doing comedy for 2 years. And it's like, well, did you like what I did? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm gonna get better. But there's just kind of this like weird thing about like apparently number of years you've done it dictates how good you are. And I'm like, I don't think that's always the case. You obviously keep getting better, but
Mhm. Yeah, it's like time isn't always indicative of skill.
yeah,
Like there are people who are genuinely very funny, but just have to, kind of hone in what it is that they're doing on stage.
yeah.
And then there are people who have honed in what they're doing on stage, but they're just not funny. And
Oof.
that, to me, like I feel really bad for those people because it's like you've been at this 27 years and you have not made it past the open mics.
Yeah.
And
Which like also I'm a huge fan of having hobbies that you're just not good at.
yeah.
But also, I think an important part of that is like knowing that that's where you're at. And I mean, yeah, I really like the people who are like, I do comedy purely because it's fun. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not trying to make a career out of it. And like, that's what I will say until the day I have a Netflix special. I'm like, I'm just doing it for fun. I'm like,
Yeah.
I will never admit that I like, if I like actually want it. Notice I said if, not that
Yeah.
I do. Denial all the way.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think there's something like really great about that. But yeah, I think that it's like, yeah, just I mean, it's like, are you learning and are you getting better? And I think
Yeah.
that's honestly like something that is so it's like growth. It's not just about like being good. It's about are you taking feedback? Are you actually working on your writing?
Yeah. And that's something I can honestly really genuinely thank Pat for is like he every time I see him, whether it's at a show, one day I bumped into him in Denver at an electronics store. He's always had very positive feedback, but it's also or sorry, I shouldn't say very positive feedback. It's always been constructive feedback, but it's also never been unsolicited. Like he's never just walked up to me and be like, "Hey, you need to do this better."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Hey, can I offer you some advice?"
Oh my gosh, can we talk about like the concept of just asking people if they want to hear feedback? I think that's like such a powerful thing.
Yeah.
Like, because yes, I want it, but also if you just start giving it to me, I'm immediately gonna shut down.
Yeah, it's huge because if you have feedback for a person, whether positive or negative, but they are not in a place to be able to accept it, it's automatically going to feel like an attack.
Yeah.
So it's like also you're wasting your breath and your energy. It doesn't matter how good or bad of a place if it comes from. Is like if you could have the best piece of advice in the world from me, but if I'm not ready to receive it, I'm not going to receive it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's either going to be in one ear, out the other, or I'm automatically going to be like, oh, like you're talking shit now. Like I'm never booking you on another show, or like I only have negative things to say about you. So it's like asking a person, is super important. It's that form of consent that people don't really think about, but is
Yeah.
also like super important.
Yeah. Also, like, if you want to be out there giving tons of constructive feedback, like, bless. But I hope you're giving positive feedback too. I think that like that's one of my favorite things in like that happen in comedy is when people after like a mic or you're working on something new and they're like that joke really hit for me or like hey I noticed like your stage presence is really like you've like upped your game in that like I think we don't this is like a true in every job I've ever had like literally the entire world like we just don't compliment each other enough. like just slide in those DMs after a mic and be like, I'm still thinking about that joke you made. Like, I mean, maybe everybody thinks I'm super creepy because I just like come home from mics and I'm like, hey, just want to let you know, like, how amazing I think you are. You're my favorite comic. Like, so yeah, I just go home at night and I get in bed and I just message people from mics and tell them how I'm thinking about their jokes.
That
Which is
that's
not weird at all.
that's
And if you want to do that to me,
yeah.
just know I'm laying in bed waiting for it.
Hey, don't worry. We will give you time at the end of the episode to plug all your social media so people can slide in your DMs any time of day or night. Just really compliment the hell out of you. I hope for the best.
Thank you. Yeah, this is just a shameless plug to please give me compliments. Like
Yeah.
I it's my life force.
Yeah. I think when you and I met, it was at Front Range Funny Fest. Shout out Hannah and Taylor and everyone else who was on that show. But I remember the compliment you gave me was, "I want a water bottle covered in your face."
So weird.
I'm like,
I
I
said that?
yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
was like, fuck the comedy, I guess. Just you like my face. Thank you. That's a much better compliment. I
Honestly,
can take that one to the bank.
I think I like black out a lot of my just life because I'm so cringy. Like if I had to go home and ruminate about what I said during the day,
Uh, would it just be all downhill?
oh, it'd just be like, oh, uh, uh, really? What?
Mm,
Yeah. I mean, that's what it kind of feels like looking. You ever like look back at your comedy notebook, like where you like the front of my comedy notebook is like all my like sets when I'm like I always write everything down that I'm gonna do, and then the back of my notebook is where I write down like new thoughts and ideas.
mm,
And sometimes reading through that does feel yeah, like is this the manifestation of the inside of my head? And if so, I feel like we should just put it all back in there
yeah,
and shut the windows, shut the doors,
yeah. Lock that
board it
bad
up.
boy. Lock that bad boy up.
So strange.
So for a long time, I didn't write anything. And Front Range Funny Fest, when I said on stage that I'd actually sat down and wrote that set, that was 100% true. I was so nervous about performing in Denver because I had such a high expectation, or I thought there was going to be such a high expectation that I showed up like an hour early and I sat in the park out from the venue and I wrote a set. I've never written a set before.
Wow. I do have to say, I think the people of Louisville are pretty offended that you called them Denver, but
Louisville, Denver, it's
whoa, they're
yeah.
like, we're not city folk.
We're suburb folk.
If anything, we're bolder.
Yeah, yeah. Almost Boulder. I like to make slogans for places
Almost
that I've been.
bolder. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like to make slogans for places that I've been to, and that can be
I
Louisville's.
love it. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was in Tok, Alaska, the one that I made for them is Stoked on Tok.
What does that mean? Stoke? Don't.
Stoked on Tok is a
I'm
town.
so embarrassed. This town is called Stoke.
No, the town is
Toke.
called Tok. So Stoked on Tok, like they're excited to be in Tok. It's kind of ironic because when I was there, Tok
Oh,
was
I
kind of.
thought you were referencing like drugs.
Oh,
Toke?
oh
Is
no.
that an old term? I'm so uncool.
Yeah.
I was like trying to play along. I was like, Stoke, yeah, I love stoking.
I love stoking the toke, brother.
Yeah, hell yeah. I
Just
tried when I was younger. I tried to convince my mom that slang that like the current slang was Joanna for short for like marijuana, and like people would be like Juana, and it was like a like do you want to get high?
yeah,
So
man.
yeah, if you don't understand the slang, just make up your own.
Yeah.
Caught on like wildfire, very cool. San Francisco, 2006. That was
Everyone was calling it Joanna in the streets.
100%, and I'm pretty sure the internet wasn't around then, so you cannot fact check that.
I was gonna say it probably had more to do with the movie Joanna Man than that.
I don't know the reference. No, no, I made that up on my own.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Also,
I don't steal content.
no, why would you do that? So I mentioned you are a doctor. What kind of doctor are you?
Um, kind of a fuck up one. Like the kind that I don't think parents would be proud of. Uh, well, okay, so here's the thing is so I have two doctorates. Yeah, some like if you could actually go back and re-record, it's actually Dr. Taylor. Thank you. Um so yeah, so I decided to do an MD PhD, and
Okay.
so I'm like a airplane doctor. Like, can you help on the plane?
Hmm.
I can't, but I could.
Hmm.
But I won't, I guess, is more the um and also like a research doctor.
Hmm.
And so I study research wise, I study the microbiome, which is just a really fancy way of saying poop. And I like specifically in babies and how like all those bacteria in your gut make like really have a big influence on your lifelong health.
Okay.
And then for like the medical practice part, I trained in pediatrics, but I actually left my residency before I finished because life
Hmm.
and decisions and deciding to be happy, prioritizing my happiness and like taking a chance on myself to not stay on that track that I'd been on for so long.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, so I got my license and left residency and uh, went into like health tech in like infant microbiomes or like my specialty area. And so I've been more in like the health tech startup sector since then. Um, yeah, so those are I'm just like all the types of doctors and don't practice any type of doctoring.
That's 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 still super cool. Like, I don't know, the idea of making it to be a doctor. You know, how long ago did you graduate?
Well, I left my residency about 3 years ago now.
Oh yeah. So, like, not to give away your age, but to be a
I'm 17.
Hey, fucking Doogie Howser here. Is that a reference you get?
By only people over the age of 50 and you.
I'm sorry, I'm a Neil Patrick Harris fan.
Yeah, that is respect.
Yeah, exactly.
I apologize. That was very disrespectful of me.
Yeah, he's done musicals. He's an icon.
Yeah, he's such a triple, quadruple threat. Um, yeah, no, I mean, it's like, yeah, what was the question? Did you ask a question?
I, I, I
People,
don't
yeah, that was like people were like, "Oh, being a doctor, you have to like be so like you have to memorize so many." Like, I cannot remember what you just asked me, or
know.
if you even asked a question.
I I got asked recently by my history professor if I would switch my major to become a historian. And I was like, I don't think I want to do that, man. Like, it seems really great, but I was like, I don't know if I want to study history forever and then teach history. You know what I mean?
When do you get to start writing history? Because at some point you have to document it, and so like, if you're a historian, can you like? I feel like does like I kind of feel like that means you just like just write in your journal every day and be like, "Dear diary, today on the planet." Like, that'd be the most accurate version, technically.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, at that point, it's like, might as well just do like live journal or something. But
Oh my god, can you imagine if we still had live journal? Like
no.
the history books would look so different.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my God, it'd be fucking ridiculous.
Like nobody's capturing the emotional history.
No, absolutely not. Everyone just like, oh, facts and logic. No, no, no.
You'd be so good at that. Emotional historian.
Me?
Yeah.
Because I don't have much of them. Emotions.
No, I was trying to say because you're like a emotionally in depth. You have a podcast called the Homie Love Hour. I feel like if anybody's gonna be a emotional historian, I feel like you can understand the whole wide breadth of emotions.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's been a lot of work to not be emotionally stunted because, much like I talked to you about, I was emotionally stunted for a long time, and I feel like I'm not fully to where I want to be. So it has been an active effort for a long time to move past my comfort zone and to explore the entire range of emotions and understand and process them. So I mean, yeah, I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
but I feel like sometimes that's like what the like people who have to like actively kind of work on something become so good at it
Mm,
because like I've just been emotionally volatile my whole life. So like I've just always experienced the whole range of them forever. I've never really had to think about it. It's just very comes very naturally to me to be this emotionally chaotic.
yeah.
Where is which I mean I do like to think I have like a decent EQ. Like I
Mm,
think but I feel like when you come at something from having to like almost break it down and learn about it, which
mm.
like I don't know if you're watching the rehearsal at all, like with
Nathan Fielder.
yeah, like, oh my God, love it. But like a lot of people started being like, hey, I feel really seen by this because I have autism and like this is how I break down social interactions. And
Mm,
like it's like someone who has had to work so like who does that, who has to like break everything down or like yeah, I think that, sometimes those are the best teachers because they've really had to think about the process of it. So,
yeah.
so
I think it's something like I've actually never, I guess, interpreted it that way because I had to have a conversation with my mom this is probably like a year or two ago, but I was like, hey, like, I definitely think like I'm in the spectrum of autism. And she was like, well, why? And I explained to her all of the reasons why. And she was just like, oh. And she got kind of quiet and she was like, I don't think you're autistic. I just think you're kind of off putting and mean. And I was like, oh, that's, that's a much simpler response, not devastating in the least bit.
yeah, I have kind of always wondered like, oh, this isn't going to look good. Like, what is actually the definition of autism? I do understand I'm a doctor and like technically like trained in pediatrics. But anyway, I feel like we all fit. If there is not a human on this planet who
Mm,
doesn't read the checklist or like, and we all, that's why it's a spectrum is
mm,
like, you're gonna like everybody's gonna almost identify with it in some way.
mm,
And I feel like right now it's like labels can be very helpful for identifying community and like connecting with other people and having a way to like express who you are in a succinct way to people. So I think like yes, there's a lot of labels that can be used very poorly, but I think like labels can be helpful from that perspective.
mm,
But also, it's like we don't have enough labels to talk about what's all of our unique ways of being because every single person is like slightly different, but we're all like on the spectrum in some way.
oh, yeah.
And so I think that where I mean technically like a diagnosis comes from like interfering with your ability to actively lead your life. But then also like what's the definition of that? Like how much interference? Like yeah, some like I oftentimes like show up to social events and like from the moment I'm there, I'm trying to figure out when I like not when I can leave. It's not like I actively want to, but there's a part of my brain that's like, okay, this has gone well so far. Let's go home. Let's go home. Let's go home.
Mm,
Like, and I'm having fun, but like I can't stop thinking about like, okay, but is now a good time to go home? I think now's a good time to go home. And like that's I think that's pretty autistic thinking
yeah.
in some ways, but I also like don't I actually was diagnosed with autism when I was very little,
Yeah.
but I just couldn't speak properly. And then I started biting people because I couldn't communicate. And so, like, oh, non communicative, antisocial, like, yeah. So, like, when I was like 2, I got diagnosed with that. Turns out my brain was messed up and I couldn't talk. And now they fixed that. And I think a lot of people are pretty upset that I'm in speech therapy every single day to rewire my brain to learn how to talk. And now when I call my mom for like the 4th time in the day, and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "You made this monster, literally." I've been talking. I feel like I'm talking so long right now. Like this, I have this beautiful gift that I was trained for. Oh, you gonna join in, Morty? You have something you want to say? He's like, literally anything to get her to stop. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Wendy, for giving me the ability.
It's kind of like it's just the idea that you couldn't talk, and now it's like, you know what, you're like, you know what, I couldn't talk for so long, so now this is everyone's problem.
Oh, to
I'm
be fair, it was like maybe 6 months when I couldn't communicate and just bit people. And so I think I've more than made up for like the 6 months where I wasn't formulating like little toddler sentences.
Holy fuck.
But I just don't want to squander this gift I've been given.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. You could still bite people, and that would be, I'm sure for some people, that would be like, that's my love language. I just bite people.
Yeah, and they used to put Tabasco sauce in my mouth when I did that as a kid, but now I'm like, bust it out. What other kind of sauces you got? Like,
You got barbecue? You got some Sweet Baby Ray's
like
back
if I
there?
went on hot ones, I'd be like, I am biting a person before every single one of these
I don't want the
wings.
wings. Bring out someone from catering and have them put their arm out.
I mean, that's what catering's supposed to do, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Supply the food.
Yeah, it does. They didn't specify what kind of food.
Okay, I have to stop talking about eating people. Like literally, this is a problem. Like my own sister brought it up to me like a little while ago. She was like, I'm not, no shame, but like you talk about eating people so often.
But it makes sense because as a child, you're going around biting people. So now you're just living your truth.
No, I don't actually eat people. But okay. I don't eat people, but I do. This is like totally off the rails. But one of my favorite questions to ask people is if you had the choice, the opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to eat ethically sourced, willingly given, and like not bad, unhealthy, weird
Mm-hmm.
human meat,
Mm-hmm.
would you? My
Yes.
understanding is that podcast is like not legally
Yeah,
binding.
yeah.
Like,
No, no, I would need a lot more followers to like for this to actually matter. Um,
famous last words.
truthfully, I would honestly say I don't think I would care if it's an adult or like teenager to adult. Sure, I don't want old person jerky, and I don't want like the human equivalent of veal, which is taken from babies. Anything in between, sign me up. Sign me up
You
twice.
are so picky.
I'm sorry, like a lot of elderly people.
I mean, I don't disagree, but honestly, most people at least act slightly horrified when I ask them this question.
Look, you opened the
And you're like,
door.
only if it is like a Michelin star restaurant.
A You opened the door. I had to think about it logically. It like I don't want to eat a baby because babies are innocent.
Yeah, and they can't ethic like it can't that
Yeah,
cannot be willingly given.
that's not ethically sourced. First of all, take that label away. Old people, the older people of like right now, grew up during the Great Depression. I don't want to eat anything from the Great Depression.
Yeah, you don't want to put that kind of energy into your body.
No, all those people were alive when they were Dust Bowls. Some of them were alive before sliced bread. That's like eating a fucking caveman. No, I'm good. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, so it must be free range human as well, right?
By free range, are we talking like a person who rides the trains and is like maybe kind of a derelict, maybe a busker? Or are we talking about some dude named Chad from Boulder who like runs up the Flatirons for fun? Because I would eat that dude because I feel like he's got a pretty solid diet.
Yeah, that is kind of what I meant by free range. Yeah,
Yeah,
like they get out of their home,
yeah.
like they roam.
Maybe like a person from a farm on like the Front Range, like East Colorado.
Organic farm.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
yeah.
pesticides.
You work on an organic farm,
Wait, sorry, are
therefore.
we talking about human farm or is this no, like regular farm. Got
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it.
Totally, totally. Yeah,
They're not like growing the ethically sourced humans. I
yeah.
mean, they can make meat in a lab now. Like, why? Who's? Oh, interesting.
Mm,
Because like they're making fake meat in a lab.
hmm
I guess it's technically fake, so it could be
hmm
any type of meat.
Yeah. Well, it's like the interesting thing is the only difference between like the domesticated animals that we eat is the emotional attachment that we have to those things.
Yeah.
Like cows, people love cows, but we eat them. Pigs, people love pigs. People eat them, but horses, most people have an issue eating them. Dogs and
But I've
cats.
also isn't horse meat supposed to be like pretty tough?
I don't know. I've never eaten horse meat, but when I lived in Florida, all the horse meat had to be can grade. It couldn't be like here's here's a black beauty steak. It's just
That feels more disrespectful
yeah, because it's
to put in a can.
hmm
Like if someone's gonna eat me, like I better not be put in a can
Yeah,
first.
this horse just pulled you across the Oregon Trail, and you just put it in a can
Yeah,
next
no,
next
no,
to green beans.
yeah, no.
No, that's fucked up.
Unless they're like, unless it's like apocalyptic time, then it's like that's effort and like that's you're deciding to save that little bit of.
Yeah, but
But yeah, I mean that's cool. Like I would too, absolutely. Like
mm,
why would you like why would you not?
eat a person?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
just to try, like try everything once.
I would be too picky to ever make an active effort unless I was at a point where I'm like, yo, I'm starving. Sorry, you know.
Oh yeah, like no doubt I would do it if I was in a survival situation.
Yeah. But it's crazy because I feel like based off this conversation, you would go straight to cannibalism. There would be no foraging, no calling for help.
Foraging for humans.
Yeah. It's crazy. They had a book about that. It's called what was it called? The Deadliest Hunt? Was that the name of that book? You know what I'm talking about? Did you ever have to read that book?
No, wait, have to. You read this in school?
Yeah.
No, I came up with this idea all on my own.
The person was not the second time you said that where I don't believe it. But the person was not they just did a movie about it. The person was not a cannibal, but he had hunted all of these super dangerous animals.
Okay.
And he was like, "Well, oh, I think it's called the most dangerous hunt or most dangerous game."
Okay. Humans, yeah, the most
Yeah,
dangerous animal. Because I think that's like a saying.
yeah, it's a book, but they just made it into a movie. But yeah, I could see you being like, "Oh yeah, sorry."
No, I'd be terrible at hunting. I've been actively told I'm not allowed to come on hunting trips because I'm too loud.
But I feel like if you're hunting people, that would work to your advantage. Because you can't lull in an animal being like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. But a person would be like, oh, pretty woman doesn't know what she's doing. Let me go mansplain to her. And then
How dare you think that's my tactic? Also, please don't give it away.
that's what I was saying. Like, I don't know what your tactic could be. You could start singing or, I don't know, doing your 20 minutes. Just like,
That's very kind that you think that that would attract humans to. I hope there are going to be there and like not have the choice to leave.
that could be your thing is like, you find whoever is like incapacitated and you go full misery, break their legs, they can't run away, and then you're like, before I eat you, tell me what you think of these jokes.
That I don't know why that felt so bad.
That felt
No, I
bad?
could never harm a person. Like, I don't think I'd want to be involved in like the hunting part of it. And like, I want someone else to like do all that stuff, but I want to be
Mhm.
presented with like a very well done piece of human. And I want it to be like a very secret society type thing. Like, yeah, I want it to be like very, like skull and bones type. Like, yeah, I don't think I could get out there and like actually hunt a person.
Is this your idea too, or?
Well, I feel like this has been in many movies, but you're
Mhm.
just now testing to see if I'm like willing to how honest I
Yeah,
am.
if you're willing to claim ownership of these things,
No, 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 no. I'm been inspired by I'm an example of how media turns you into a dangerous bad person.
a potential cannibal.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. First, you make a lot of jokes. They say comedians always like hint at what they're into in their jokes.
Uh
Like Louis C.K. talk a lot about exposing himself to people.
oh. Oh.
Got caught doing it. Bill Cosby made a lot of jokes about drugging people. Found out he was doing it.
I am like running through my set list tonight
And
in my head, and it does not look very good for me. It's not. Look, this is why I don't put a lot of my stuff on the internet.
yeah, hey, it's fine. I'm putting it on the internet.
Oh yeah, this, but like it's like nobody will ever know what the comedy I'm alluding to has
Oh.
unless you come see me in person, and then I will probably eat you. So
It's kind of funny because like my boss is going to be at the show tonight, and all of my jokes are 100% geared towards white women. And she's a white woman, and I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, but we love that stuff.
You talk about what you know, and
Yeah.
much like we've talked about off camera, it's kind of what I know.
Yeah.
It's like even my Spotify playlists are being highly influenced by you all. Listen to Chapel Roan one time,
Yeah.
and now it's like all my playlists are like, hey, we think you'd like this. I'm like, believe it or not, a boy named Bradley did not break my heart. I do not need to listen to this. It's like Noah Khan.
But we all have a Bradley in our life in some way that's broken our heart. Bradley represents something to all of us.
We all have a little Bradley in us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
No,
think I've ever met a Bradley, now that I think about it.
well, I haven't met him, but Bradley, oh my gosh, one of the best actors.
Cooper?
Oh, him as well. No, he was he's pretty good. No, who's in is that not his name? Who's in like a Cabin in the Woods, and he was in Handmaid's
Never
Tale.
watched that show.
Which is probably not his best credits, but anyways, doesn't matter. He's a great actor. But yeah, no, never met a real life Bradley.
Yeah, I feel
But
like
we all have one.
that name should not be given to people anymore.
Yeah, choose one. Bradley.
Yeah.
Like don't be an adverb.
Yeah. Bradley.
You're doing that in such a Bradley way. Like,
Yeah.
don't. That's mean to do your kids. Don't name them an adverb. That sounds exhausting.
Yeah. I always joke if I ever have a kid, like adopt a child, they're going to be like the whitest kid possible. But I'm going to give them like a very white name, like Paddington.
It's not even a white name. That's a bear name.
But I'm going to raise him as like a militant black man. Just never going to tell him that he's white. Just going to let him figure it out when he's older.
Oh yeah. Well, I can't wait to see.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to wear like sweater vests and like do fencing and shit. But no, he's going to be a militant black man in every other aspect of his life.
Hell yeah.
But it's going to be tough to explain why he has a white mother.
I thought you were adopting him.
Well, yeah, but they don't let men just adopt children. Usually you have to have a partner.
Oh really?
Usually. I don't know. Maybe if you win the lottery, but then automatically, much like you, they'd be like, oh, a single man is adopting a child. They're going to eat him.
Yeah, that's definitely the first thing everybody thinks. Wow, they keep coming back every couple of weeks. Like, what do you keep doing with these babies?
These kids keep running away.
You're like, I have rules. I do not eat babies.
Yeah. I'm waiting till
Do you have any 18 plus options or?
Dude, that reminds me. This part we might have to cut out. This dude.
This is the part.
This dude was talking about how like he single guy, which I was like, they're not gonna let you adopt. Then he's like, yeah, like I really want to adopt like a hot like Asian girl.
Oh yeah, nope.
And then when she turns 18, I'm gonna marry her.
Oh, was it Woody Allen?
That wasn't Woody Allen. That was which Woody was that? Woody Harrelson? No.
No, it was Woody Allen.
Oh my god.
No, I had very few rules growing up.
Marrying your granddaughter was one of them.
No, that was yeah. I'm not allowed to marry anybody I've raised or that raised me, but I feel like that was kind of unspoken. No, I had like the only rule my mom had for me was you do not watch Woody Allen films.
That's fair. He was annoying. He was a bad actor.
She was like, he's a disgusting person.
Yeah.
He married his daughter. I don't go, technically, forget that. I don't give a shit about technicalities. He married his daughter. And like, that was the only rule. And I did, okay, fine. I'm going to finally admit it to the world. I did watch one.
Was it?
I was in high school and it was Match Point, which I feel like is probably one of his like no who's seen Match Point, like, but I was like terrified. I went to the movies with my friend and the whole time I was just like, my mom's gonna find out, like that was the thing. I was a pretty good kid. Like that was the thing I was the most terrified about, was that my mom would find out that I went and saw a Woody Allen film, because that was the only rule she had for me.
I would be disappointed if my kid saw a Woody Allen.
She still doesn't know.
Oh well, Mom, you found out.
What's up, Wendy?
You
can ground me. I've never been grounded, but you can do it. I'd love to be grounded. Please ground me. Please don't let me leave my house.
think they call that depression.
I know, but I don't want to be depressed. I want to be like, oh, I wish I could go. My mom grounded me.
Yeah, I love that excuse. That's why, honestly, I use Morty as an excuse for everything. Like whenever people invite me places, I'm like, the dog. Then I'm just sitting here bothering him the entire time.
Yeah. No, I've used my cat like that before, especially after I've been out of town. Like people don't think cats like care, and like my cat is like glued to me if I leave her for. Because like cats are fine. She doesn't love it, but like I can leave her for a couple of days, on like a long weekend, and I get back and she's like, and I'm like, like
Yeah.
I can't leave her alone.
If I leave him, if I go out the back door, he'll freak out. And then when I come back in, it's as if I went to war and came back.
Did you get my letters I wrote you?
Yeah.
You've been gone so long, my
Yeah.
love. Yeah.
Dearest father, it's been 2 fortnights since last we've spoken.
I know, I can't believe he leaves you.
I,
Ever.
I know. I used to take him everywhere with me, and then I don't know, feel bad leaving him. Like when I have to go into a grocery store, I can't take him with me.
Yeah.
And, I feel like he deserves to sleep on the couch and sleep in bed and do whatever he wants. So I just let him relax. But yeah, I don't know. Like now I'm thinking about the ethical approach to eating people.
Ah, shit, I thought we moved past it.
No, no,
Ah.
keep coming back to it.
Yeah, okay, so like example, like someone has a very severe break of like a leg. They've
Mm-hmm.
they've done everything in their capacity to like heal it. And sometimes you have a break so bad that like the best thing you can do is amputate. It's pretty rare, but like so in that case, it's like healthy person had a tragic accident, needed to get a body part amputated, and they were like, I'm totally down
Mm-hmm.
to have people eat this.
It's crazy about that. I actually met a motivational speaker. Actually, I have his book. I think it's upstairs in my room. Guy's name is John Power, which, first of all, sick fucking name.
Yeah.
Um, he was a Marine, but he was on the military Olympic team, and he was a hurdle jumper. Had a really bad accident, worst break his doctor said he'd ever seen, amputation. Exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Ugh, yikes.
But that dude is fucking jacked. And he was in the Paralympics after that.
Yeah.
Came back stronger than ever. That dude's so cool. John, if you ever see this, come on the podcast. Big fan of yours. Not going to say I love you, but big fan. The camera's over there.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
could do that was too.
hearts all around. We all get them. But yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting, like the thought process behind it. Because, it's like, if someone was like, hey, would you eat your dog? I don't think I could do it. Someone was like, would you eat a cat? No, seems like a lot of work. But
I'd let my cat eat me.
yeah, I mean, of course.
Yeah, people are like, if you die, she's gonna eat you. I'm like, good. I hope she does.
That's the
I
point.
hope she still has food in her bowl, and she's like, this is something new.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want the food. Bring me the woman.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing with it?
Yeah, she's saving the food for a rainy day. But you.
She's been eating the same thing every day of her life.
Yeah, let her try
Let
something
her live
new.
a little.
Yeah, live a little. Cats live a long time. You got 10 more years. Get wild with it.
Yeah, no, if she like trips me so that I die and then she can eat me, that's a different story. But like, if I just trip myself, which is not unlikely, uh, yeah, she's just like, what's up? I love you so much. I'm gonna eat your face.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, if she went all full Home Alone with the traps and the trickery to
I
kill
mean,
you.
honestly, it'd be pretty cute.
Yeah. Everything is done terribly because she doesn't have thumbs.
Yeah, and she's got like 3 brain cells that she's working with.
She's like an elderly cat, right?
How dare you?
How old is she?
She's 10,
And how
11 ish,
how long
11
do cats live?
forever.
Okay. They just go to that rainbow farm?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was with my mom when she found out. We were like watching an episode of Friends, like growing up.
Uh,
And it was like literally like the thing you see in television where it's like, oh, my dog went to a farm. I was like, oh, mom. Okay. Should we go visit that farm right now, or where was it again?
Your dog was dinner. Oh, not your dog. Sorry, pup.
No, we did. We buried our dog in the backyard.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
See, I've never buried a pet.
Yeah, we were like the house that people voted at. Like, so I grew up in the suburbs for a little bit until we moved into San Francisco when I was 10. And our Great Dane had died a little while before. And then we also had a Rhodesian Ridgeback, and they were like best buds. And like a week, like within the week, the
Yeah.
other dog just stopped eating, like, and just died. But did so on voting day. So like all the people in the neighborhood were like coming to our garage to vote. And we just had like a dead dog in the house. We're like, what do we do? And then I think we just like buried it in the backyard with this like huge like, yeah. Is that illegal? I feel like I'm admitting to a lot of crimes and or giving people reasons to investigate me.
Yeah.
If you're in my life, please don't go missing, because I am going to be the first person they look at, and that just sounds like a lot of stress.
If I ever go missing, it doesn't matter at what point in my life it is. Investigate Dr. Taylor Soderbergh first. She might have
Come on, we did
part
the
me in her freezer.
full name drop.
If I had your social, I'd drop it right now too. The people got to know where to look. At the very least, my producer will have this in a drop file. He's gonna send it to the FBI or whomever. No one investigates black guys going missing. What do they fucking care? They'd probably be giving you an award for eating me.
What would the award say?
I don't know. I've never eaten a white woman. They don't give us awards.
Oh, you've never eaten a white woman? Hey. What's this podcast rated?
Hey, it's a good question. I make sure I check not for children. I know that for sure. But it's 6:36. We should leave for the.
Yeah, before I admit to any more or allude to, I have admitted. I would like to just say, while we wrap up, I've admitted nothing, and this is all satire. I'm playing a character that I've been working on for 37 years.
Yeah, I'm playing a character. Jesus Christ. That's amazing. So, we're gonna cut the episode off because I have equipment I have to load up. We have to drive to the venue. I also have to drop my location to my family, just in case I go missing from my house to the venue.
And we've literally bored your dog into sleeping, snoring level. So
Good.
Morty's over it.
Yeah.
We're out.
Yeah, he doesn't fucking care at all. He's like, there's no treats. I've already peed and pooped.
This is what I hope from all audiences. Just audible snoring.
Have you ever listened to the podcast Sleep With Me?
No.
There is a podcast that is made to be so boring that you're supposed to fall asleep throughout the episode.
Wow. Well, we've done it for Morty, so.
My brain immediately went to like, what if the dude goes like 15 minutes into an episode and then he just starts using like subliminal messaging?
Yes.
That'd be so interesting.
Do you listen to it?
I used to. Yeah.
What did you start doing then? Did you start this podcast? Is that when you became a comedian?
Oh no. I think I tried to build a pipe bomb.
Again, this is satire.
Yeah. Good spot to end tonight's episode. At some point, Dr. Taylor will be back. Where can the people find you?
I am on Instagram at Dr. Tay Comedy. Doctor is fully spelled out. DOCTOR.
Spelling bee champ right there.
Tay Comedy. Yeah, I'm like 98% sure that's it. Yeah, so you can find me there. That's my main way of communicating with people. I am on Substack as well. Same thing, Dr. Tay. And you can also find me. Gonna plug my Science Riot stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I run I'm part of a nonprofit called Science Riot, where we train STEM professionals to do comedy. And we produce basically funny TED Talks. We put on awesome shows around the Colorado area. We'll be national once again, hopefully in the near future. So if you're a STEM professional and want to do it, Sign up. You want to come support science? Come see the shows.
Fantastic. For me, of course, Homie Love Hour on Patreon, YouTube, and Instagram and Facebook. As far as comedy goes, we have 15 shows planned over the next 4 months, with potential for more. If you're interested in that, you can check us out at High Altitude Comedy. Um, Farmers markets every Sunday at Ale Yak. You can look that up. Ale Yak Leadville. And then, fuck. I think that's about it.
And in Taylor's freezer.
Yeah. Taylor's Freezer is the first place to look for me, please. Um, Outside of that, three things to remember. Actually, four things to remember this episode. Be good to yourself. Be good to the world around you. If I ever go missing, look in Taylor's freezer. And above all else, remember, we love you, homie. We'll see you next time.